but all of compassion must come from the inside out. It must come from a pure and true heart that is sincere about bettering the human condition, even if it doesn't better your own position. Compassion is fueled with opposition. Courage, that innate ability, that thing that gives people the belief that if God is for them, it does not matter who is against them. Courage is that thing that took marchers across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. Courage is what spurred Harriet to retreat to the South over and over and over again to release another slave from bondage. Courage is what causes workers to walk off the job, deny themselves paychecks, so that everybody who works beside them can have a fair shot at the benefits that are needed in their community. It takes courage to stand up to police officers who are defending bad apples, who have brought rock to entire orchards. It takes courage to put yourself on the front lines of an issue, knowing that you'll be castigated on social media and criticized on the news. It takes courage, and a lot of folk don't have it. Like the cowardly lion. We have the form, but we don't have the faith. We look like we're formidable. We scare folk until we're challenged. We intimidate people until we're opposed. But as soon as something roars up against us, too many of us shrink back. If compassion is the fuel of transformation, then courage is the force of transformation. Courage forces oppression, even if you're not in the path of that persecution. Courage is what it takes for my white friends to stand up for my black body and risk losing their own peers just because they want to advocate that Black Lives Matter. Courage is what would make a preacher stand up knowing that the congregation can vote him out and speak up for unpopular positions that just might produce secret meetings behind his back that could very well end his clergy career. Courage is the force of transformation. If compassion is the fuel, we need loads of it. If courage is the force, we need a lot of it. But if you're going to bring transformation to the world around you, the community you live in, the society you take part in, you need loads of compassion. You need lots of courage. But you also need a little bit of crazy. Okay, come on, talk to me. Come on, I need all the church folk to talk back to me now. This is the part where it gets good. It's always the third point. You need loads of compassion. You need lots of courage, but you also need a little bit of crazy. Yeah, you know what crazy is. You see some every day. Some of you would admit to being crazy. Some of you live with crazy. Don't look around. I want you to go home and sleep. Some of you go to work with crazy. Some of you drive next to crazy. You know what crazy. Some of you turn on the TV and turn it right off because it's too crazy. But if you're going to see change and transformation in our world, compassion ain't enough. Courage won't do it alone. You need a little bit of crazy. Yeah. You know what crazy is, to be mentally deranged. Yeah, to be wild, aggressive, extreme in one's actions, movements, or thoughts, manifested in ways that are unacceptable and unreasonable to the normal path of logic. Yeah, crazy is when somebody starts talking out their head and starts believing things are there that really aren't. Crazy is where you start to imagine a society that does not exist in your present reality. Crazy is that thing where you start seeing things and hearing things and experiencing things, and nobody else seems to see it or hear it or experience but you. I know I only got about 5 folk that are still with me, but I just need to know, are there any folk in here that's ever felt a little bit crazy? Yeah, crazy. The crazy thing about crazy is that it don't know it's crazy. Crazy makes perfect sense to itself. Crazy is perfectly logical to itself. Crazy is perfectly reasonable to itself. But when crazy runs into everybody else starts calling it crazy. And crazy is Martin having a dream. Crazy is Malcolm saying hit back. Crazy is Noah building a boat with no rain. Crazy is David going up against the Goliath. Crazy is believing that all of God's children can walk hand in hand, black and white, and rich and poor. Crazy says that my Democrat can love my Republican. Crazy says that the last will be first and the borrower will be the lender. Crazy says that black lives matter in a white man's world. Crazy says we can feed our community out the back of a bus. And I come to admit to you that I'm a little bit crazy. I've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I have lost my marbles because I believe God is able to do exceeding abundant above all you can ask or think. But I don't call it crazy, I call it faith. I believe that God is able to lift the low to the highest mountain. I believe that we shall overcome. I believe our kids will be healthy. I believe we can make good wages. I believe we can eat good food. I believe you can produce equity. And if that makes me crazy, then lock me up and throw away the key. Put me in a straitjacket, because I won't quit until God closes my eyes, shuts my mouth, lays me down, and welcomes me into the kingdom. Is there anybody in this banquet room that can say, I'm crazy enough to take action? I'm crazy enough to speak for the downtrodden. I'm crazy enough to speak truth to power. I'm crazy enough to believe God is always on the side of the oppressed. What does it take to transform? It takes compassion. It takes courage. And Dad, it takes crazy. Crazy is a man who died on the cross. Crazy are disciples who went to a tomb and found it empty. I wish I had a preaching voice. Crazy are thousands of years later, we're still declaring that there's a God in heaven who is concerned about little old us. We're still convinced that we can keep turning the wheels of change until transformation is our reality. What does it take to transform? It takes you and it takes me. It takes us to turn around now. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on marching. I'm gonna keep on singing. I'm gonna keep on pressing. I'm gonna keep on pushing until I get to that promised land. God bless you. And God keep you.
Well, the altar is open. Listen, I know it's a banquet, so we got to keep on going with the banquet. Come on, put your hands together. The Jonathan Black Share, amen.
My goodness, I think I can follow that. That was incredible. You know, I'm really glad that he touched on compassion, because what I'm going to say for you are 2 songs off of mine. So anyways, I apologize in advance if this one makes you cry. It's okay. Take you somewhere else. Chicken salad sounds like a silly thing to say. Simple things we say to each other as we go about our days.